Conservative Media peeps, what's up? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion, joined by Paul F. Villarreal. And I just saw the HBO Face Off between Mayweather and Cotto for their upcoming fight on pay-per-view. Now, this was a very entertaining face-off. You had Floyd Mayweather checking the scores of a game, you know, switching his chair around, doing different things. And, you know, he was looking at Cotto's watch. There was all kinds of stuff going on. We will put information down in the description so you can check that type of stuff out. Now, you know, Paul, this is very interesting. This is one of the more cordial situations, in my personal opinion, interviews that I've seen with Floyd Mayweather. He seemed to have a lot of respect for Cotto. What do you make of that?
I think that Mayweather was fortunate that he got to fight Miguel Cotto. It looked for a while as though Cotto was going to end up fighting Pacquiao again, but that didn't work out. So Mayweather got to fight Cotto now. So I think they're very happy, and I'm sure Mayweather is respectful because this worked out perfectly. We've talked about this before. I don't think that Cotto is the same fighter that he used to be, but he's still a draw, and this worked out well for Floyd Mayweather. And, you know, it does seem that they do get along pretty well.
First of all, I'd say this is all personal opinion only. We're not alleging facts. We're not casting aspersions. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Please check the disclaimers. From, I believe Max Kellerman was saying something like, you know, Floyd Mayweather is the biggest pay-per-view draw. Second biggest is Manny Pacquiao. Third biggest is Miguel Cotto in boxing. And I think at some point Mayweather called himself the pay-per-view king. That was pretty funny. But you know, one of the things I noticed just in terms of, you know, both those two sitting down and seeing them together is that, in my personal opinion, you know, Miguel Cotto just looked so much bigger than Floyd Mayweather. Do you feel like that's going to have any kind of an impact? This is going to be a fight at 154, Paul.
I mean, it could. It certainly could. I've never thought that Floyd looked particularly small, especially recently. You know, Floyd is taller than Cotto, and he has a longer reach than Cotto, substantially longer reach. And so Cotto probably is a little bit thicker, a little bit, maybe a little bit wider, but I have never felt as though Miguel Cotto would beat Floyd Mayweather, even when they were both at their absolute best. Now I think that Floyd has preserved his abilities better than Miguel Cotto has. So I don't think, I'm not going to say that Miguel Cotto can't win this fight because he's a great fighter and he could win, but I think that Floyd I think this is the right time for Floyd to fight Miguel Cotto.
I think if I'm remembering correctly, you know, Floyd said that Miguel Cotto is a quiet killer, but also he said, I think that he considers Miguel Cotto to be an undefeated fighter because of maybe perhaps the controversy with Margarito. And also I think Floyd was saying something like, you know, Pacquiao made him fight at a catch weight or something like that. So he wanted to make sure that Floyd wanted to come up and fight him at, you know, his natural weight. What do you make of that, Paul? Do you feel like, in your personal opinion, that there's anything to what Floyd's saying, or do you feel like, in your personal opinion, that's just hype for the fight?
I understand why he's saying it from a hype for the fight perspective. I'm not going to say there's nothing to it. As far as Pacquiao, yes, Miguel Cotto came down in weight, but honestly, Miguel Cotto looked awesome in terms of his condition in that fight. He did not look, to me anyway, didn't look particularly drawn or any of these things from the weight loss. And I just think that the styles matchup really favored Manny Pacquiao in that fight, and it favored him more than I think anybody realized that it would. That was the fight, if I remember properly, that really made a whole bunch of people step back and say, whoa, wait a second. I'm not sure if Floyd Mayweather is going to do as well against Manny Pacquiao as we thought he was going to. So that was the real fight in 2009 that opened people's eyes up about Manny Pacquiao.
This was an entertaining face-off, and you know, it seems like both of these two are professionals. They're both focused on this upcoming fight, and I think they're going to be ready for it. Last thing I want to ask you about this. Do you feel that Miguel Cotto maybe looked a little bit scared at all? Do you feel like there's a psychological edge one way or the other? Or is it just like what Floyd said, I believe, if I remember right, that, Miguel Cotto's a quiet killer and they're both going to be ready for this fight?
Miguel Cotto, in my opinion, has true, full confidence in himself. I think he's just more of a quiet guy in general. There were people that thought, hey, maybe he's going to be scared against Margarito in the second time, and he wasn't. I think Miguel Cotto believes he can win this fight. I think Miguel Cotto is very confident in his own abilities. I know he respects Floyd, certainly as a boxer and in other ways, but I'm sure Miguel Cotto feels that he can win this fight.
Well, and Miguel Cotto said that this is the biggest fight of his life, I believe. And so this is going to be very interesting. HBO's Face Off with Max Kellerman, Mayweather versus Cotto. It was very exciting in our personal opinion. What do you think about this? What did you see in that situation? Do you feel like you learned anything from this face-off that might change your view about who you feel is going to win this fight? And I want to know from you right now, at this point in time, who do you think is going to win this fight right now? You tell me what's going on. Give me the comments below. Please subscribe above. I'm John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion. That is Paul F. Villarreal. You're watching Conservative Media. Please rate this video up. Also, please post it to your social networking sites. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.